Hey guys, sorry we haven't dropped our video. We're a little late on this. We got a little busy. As you can see, Nikki got a little change to herself. She went
big change.
She got her hair brown, courtesy of me, hairstylist. I did good, didn't I, babe?
Yes.
Anyway.
So we decided we'll tell you a little bit about our story, but there's a catch to it.
The catch is we are going to tell the story from our point of views, from point A to here. So basically how we felt and what we experienced in our mind, like from the moment we first met each other till the moment she moved in here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'll go first.
Okay, ladies first.
Okay, so I was in my last year of high school and our school was having a Valentine's ball, and my friend came to me the one day and told me that an American boy moved into her street, and to us that was like pretty amazing because we've always dreamt of meeting someone from America. We loved America, but we talked about it a lot coming here, and so it was pretty cool that an American family moved into her street, and we convinced her to ask Robbie to come with her to our Valentine's ball so we can meet him and talk to him and stuff. She did invite him and he agreed to come. I was in another relationship at the time, but it was a toxic relationship, so thank God that I got out of that. Anyway, I met him there. He was sitting around our table, and basically my friends was already talking to him because we were really excited to hear his accent and, you know, ask him a bunch of questions about America. I believe he was wearing like a pink dress shirt and a gray suit. Yeah. I asked him the most embarrassing question ever, because we read a lot of books, me and my friends, and we sometimes would like discuss it. That sounds very geeky, but anyway, we would sort of sit around a break and just discuss the books we were reading, and most of them had played off in America, so, and it was romance books, so we've always had this illusion or idea that, you know, American boys was the best boys to date because they were romantic and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, for some very stupid reason, my first question to him was, are you like the boys in the books? I felt so stupid, but he didn't answer my question. He was just like, he laughed and he was like, what? And I was like, no, it's okay, nothing. And yeah, we danced, and he actually struggled a bit because he was at an Afrikaans Valentine's ball. So we have this dance in our culture called the soki, and yeah, he basically had to learn how to do it, but he didn't turn out bad. He did really good for a first timer, and we took lots of pictures and talked. It was great. It was nice meeting him. And after that we started texting a little bit, mostly about America and like the universities here, because I was planning to come study here. So I asked him a bunch of questions about the university, also about photography, because at that time I was also into photography and I just got a new camera, and I wanted him to, you know, give me some advice, him being a photographer. Then I invited him with me to church. I felt so bad for him because most of the kids were speaking another language, Afrikaans, my language, but he still came, and that was pretty sweet to me. But I didn't think anything of it at the time because I just broke up with that guy, so I wasn't really, you know, looking to date anyone else. So we started going to church together, like the youth group. And then the one time I gave him a ride home, and me and my sister, and he invited us in to meet his parents. Oh my gosh, I fell in love with him from the second I met them. We started visiting each other after that. I was there for his parents because they're really cool and I love them so much. So yeah, we were like keeping up like a streak, like I think it was 125 days until the day he left. But anyway, we started visiting each other and, you know, building a friendship and getting to know each other and all of that. And then he invited me to go with him and his family to Sabi. It's a place in the mountains. It's very beautiful. Like, oh, it was breathtaking. And that's where he asked me to be his girlfriend. And it was so romantic. We went on a hike and he we stopped at this huge waterfall, and you know, we got to come really close, and he sat me down on the rock and asked me to be his girlfriend. It was so sweet. After the Robbie trip, we visited each other, and that was part of the 125-day streak. And he really became my best friend. I loved being at his house with his family. It was really nice. So he applied for a job in North Carolina. While waiting to hear if he got the job, we went on a mission trip together with our church to Zambia. And that was also just a moving experience, and I was glad that I got to experience that with him. You know, we learned a lot, and that's also where he asked me to marry him. And that's also where he proposed to me. It was actually on the way to Zambia in Botswana at it's like a campsite. There was lots of wildlife, especially elephants, and they could like walk between your tent house and all of that, so that was pretty cool. I actually messed up the proposal because I was with my friend too, and we were gonna walk to get me a jacket, and you know, the sun was busy going down, so it was the perfect opportunity to propose, but I wanted to get a jacket. But anyways, after I got my jacket, he asked my friend to take a picture of us, but secretly he was taking a video. You know, I walked up to him. Sorry, Coco's here, that's why I'm looking down. I walked up to him, and I was posing for the picture, and he started kissing my cheek. I was like, what are you doing? And I was about to, I was stepping away to walk back to my friend so I could see the picture. When he went down on one knee, at first I was really shocked. He'll probably show you the video. We'll show it in another video or something, but I hated my reaction because I was just so shocked. I didn't see it coming, so my face was red. I didn't know what to say. I was just laughing the whole time because that's what I do when I get nervous. You know, I was like asking, what are you doing? Like, what? It's like, and I hit him with my bottle because I was like shocked. But in the end, he asked me, so is the answer yes? And I was like, yes, and I hug him and all of that. But I was not lovable because I was in shock. Because, you know, it is scary. At that time, it was very scary for me because I was still in high school, and, you know, we had end exams coming up. So I had that to focus on, and so it was really stressful. I did say yes, and I do not regret it at all. It's wonderful spending life with him. So yeah, after our missions trip, he moved to America, North Carolina. So he moved back here, and he started working, and we did the long distance thing for I think 6 months, and just like constantly calling each other. We spoke every single day. After the 6 months, he came back, and that's when we got married, and our wedding was beautiful, and it was very intimate, and I loved it. I mean, it was the best wedding ever. So we only got to spend 3 days together after the wedding day, so that sort of sucked, but you know, I appreciated it. It was better than not seeing him. After that, I think for about 3 to 4 months, we still did the long distance thing because I still had some paperwork to do with my visa and stuff. After I got that, I did try and surprise him, but it did not work out. It would have been cool if I showed up like here and he didn't expect me. So now I'm here, and I literally get to spend every day with my best friend, and it's like truly a dream come true and a blessing from God, and I'm just so grateful, and I really love him, and I love doing life with him. I mean, it's the best. So yeah, that's our story.
Okay, it's my turn. So where do we start? About 2 years ago, 2016 in August, I moved to South Africa with my family. We went as missionaries and committed to 2 years. Basically, I was there on like a God thing, like didn't know I was going there like a couple months prior, literally moving halfway across the world. Didn't actually know why, All I knew was I needed to be with my family during this process. I left college, dropped out of college, and went with my family to South Africa. Little did I know, I'd meet my wife. So this is the story of how I met my wife. Basically, I met this girl. She's a very sweet girl. You're watching this, you know who you are. She invited me to an Afrikaans Valentine's ball. Now Afrikaans people have this like weird way of dancing that's called a sake, so I was freaking out. I went to like dance classes, trying to learn how to do it. I can't dance at all. My hips are like connected to my legs. No rhythm whatsoever. And I went to this dance with this girl. I sit down with this girl at her table with her friends, and right across from me is this other girl, blonde, curled hair, in this beautiful red dress. And it was probably like, honestly, the most beautiful girl I've seen in all my time in South Africa at that time, which had been around 6 months. So this girl introduces herself. Her name is Nikki, and then I was like, okay, Nikki, that's cute. And then she introduces her boyfriend. So I'm like,
It's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
yeah. So she had a boyfriend, but I didn't make any moves, and I respected that. But basically, Nikki's first words to me, "Are you like in the books?" Like exactly the way that's worded. Improper English whatsoever. I'm like, what does that mean? There's a lot of books. Am I like in the Bible, the Hunger Games? I don't know. She asked me that, and I thought it was a weird question. I didn't know how to answer it, so in my mind I thought I had already screwed up any chance of me at least getting to know the girl. So the dance went on, you know, I was sucking all night. I'd say near the end of the dance, Nikki came up to me and asked me to dance. Now I'm heart racing. This super fine chick in a red dress comes and asks me to dance. Too good to be true. This girl's like out of my league. I still think she's out of my league. I don't know how I landed her. We danced. Keep in mind, the entire dance I was uncomfortable. I was stiff. It was bad. But for some reason, when I danced with Nikki that night, it was almost like magical. Like it was something right out of a Disney movie. I felt natural. I probably was still sucking, but I felt good sucking. While we were dancing, she invited me to church. I was like, okay, Christian girl, strike that off the list. That's number one. Got her number and we texted a little bit. I went to church with her. We talked, just light stuff. And then we took like a break for about three to 4 months, just not talking at all. And then around my birthday, which is also her birthday week, she shot me a message. I shot her a message for her birthday, and we just kind of started talking again. Then I went to that church again after 3 months. Haven't visited it since, because quite honestly, I was only going, you know, because of her. At the end of church, she looks at me and she's like, you know, I broke up with this guy. It's on the outside. I was like, oh man, that sucks. You know, if you ever need anybody to talk about it. But on the inside, I was like, so you available? But she was. A week later, she came over to my house. At the time, I didn't really realize it, but she actually lived down the road. I actually met her dog before I met her, because her dog would get out all the time. Here he is, right here. Now he's in America, little Coco. Anyway, she came over. She wanted some photography tips, because I'm a photographer, and you know, I gave her some tips. Just kind of like, she had a camera, a little amateur camera, so I kind of gave her a little bit like what I know, shared my knowledge. After that, she started coming over day after day. Remember, we're not like, nothing romantic's happening. We're just friends. I started feeling feelings for her, I think, before she did. But at the same time, I felt like maybe she was. But she started coming over every day, but nothing was happening. So it was weird. And I remember one day I came home from church, my church. She was at home with my parents, which was weird to me. I was like, well, I'm hanging out with my parents. Nikki, she loves my parents. Like, I know this now, and I'm blessed that she loves my parents, but sometimes it's kind of weird. Like, her and my mom are like this, best friends. It's kind of strange. It's cool, but it's strange. But anyway, she's over there, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? We're not making any moves, and we're basically in this friend zone. Time went on, and my parents invited her to go on this mini vacation with me, my parents, and then her. And after that, I mean, by a waterfall, I had like a heart-to-heart talk to her, and we shared our feelings and mutual feelings towards each other. We just didn't know how to express it. And then by the waterfall, I asked her to be my girlfriend. So that was awesome. It was like super romantic. It was like this secret waterfall. You can find pictures somewhere on my Instagram. You can see it. And we dated, you know. From the moment that I knew that I started falling in love with her, I knew that she was the one, like the one.
The one.
It sounds cliche, sounds crazy, but I felt like somewhere deep inside that she was the one from the first day I met her. After the dance, I went to like my friends, my family. I was like, I even contacted my friends in the US. I was like, this dance was cool, you know, my date was cute. She was cool to hang out with, but there's this one girl, like, man, like the sparks were flying. I don't know if she felt it, but I felt it. And this one girl, she was phenomenal. Like, I didn't know she was my wife. Deep down I knew, but on the outside I didn't really. Was like, because she had a boyfriend. I knew that there was definitely something special about her. Anyway, fast forward, we're dating. Fast forward 3 months later, we're on our way to our missions trip that we both had signed up prior to dating. That's to Western Zambia in the bush. On our way to Western Zambia, we stop in Botswana. I decided to pop the question. I had actually gotten a job offer here in North Carolina, so I knew that I'd be leaving soon, and quite honestly, I wasn't looking forward to doing like a long distance dating thing, because, you know, I've seen friends who are in the military, and I've seen friends who just do long distance from another town. It doesn't work out, and it causes a lot of issues. I'm just saying I didn't want to have to go through all those troubles. So I came to the decision. I was like, either I break up with her or marry her. Like, it's either or. And I had a long time praying about the decision, and I had a long time reflecting on my future, and I realized all these future plans that I had set for my life, being a young adult, all of them meant nothing if she wasn't in them. And that's how deep down inside I knew she was going to be the one I wanted to marry and spend the rest of my life with. So I asked her, and at first I think she was shocked when I asked her, you know, her being 18, me being 21 at the time, so we're young. If you ever see the engagement video or had a chance to see it, it wasn't like a cute engagement. She came and hugged me. She actually like hit me, and she was like, what? To be fair, I always joked around proposing. I shouldn't have done that. She was shocked, you know, on camera, but she said yes, and I was glad. And then we spent the missions trip engaged in secret, because one of the rules of mission trip is like no physical relationship, nothing like that. So we were engaged for like a week secretly. News got out eventually, and then a week after that, I moved to North Carolina, started my job here, and we were engaged for, let's see, 6 or 7 months doing the long distance thing. And we called each other, Skyped each other every single day. Sometimes it would be horrible quality, but it was very important that we talked to each other every single day up until January, which was our wedding. So we are newlyweds. After I got married though, a couple of days later, I had to go back to North Carolina because her paperwork hadn't come in yet. And then she came. Finally, it was a very long and stressful process with the government, and she moved in with me in the beginning of May. So we're working on our first month together. Yeah, that's the story from my point of view. And the story is just beginning. This is like the first of many story vlogs, videos, stories to tell about us. I couldn't be happier with the person I get to share this adventure with. So
Okay, so there you have it. A little bit more of an insight on our relationship and how we came to be, and we hope you enjoyed it.
real soon too is going to be a Q&A, so make sure you guys drop any questions you have about either Nikki, us, our relationship,
future plans,
anything. And guess what? It's going to be a twist to that video, so you're going to have to subscribe and like to see what the Q&A twist is. It's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. Just a hint, it has to do with accents, so see you then. God bless. We out.